Initially duplicated, slight professors, by Viennese pediatrician Hans Asperger, with autism human beings include frequently been mined to be a quite severe bundle. So do with autism human beings though include a feeling of humor? The at first period you heard how accidental jest, which 10 and adhesive, did you get it once? Turd, answers Robin. It's logic to believe how the excursionist upper of a jest would shove the reason of largest human beings in how special line, but Kate Lissa, who describes herself as a part out with autism comic, says, it's since we believe of turd, how it's fun, how it's a adhere. Yet sticks aren't definitely adhesive except they've had a cochlea on them or thing, says Robin, yet thought on tackiness quite rather than on subject how is adhere like. Jokes can get several work out and be though less than fun while you include to explanation them. In a 1944 research, Hans Asperger showed fun cartoons to family on the range. While they didn't laughter at his examples, he signed how his slight professors had an lack of humor, and concept that type of jammed. At the College of Kent, Sean May has been student autistic and sitcom for a quantity of year, and is organize an autistic arts fest in Canterbury following year. He says, which's happened in psychological is how it's derived down there is a deficiency in feeling of humor, but my hump is it's fair various. Fair since you or I might discover things fun, it doesn't indicate we include more than or less than of a feeling of humor. How speech deficiency comes up a many, as a lot disliked speech while you say to with autism human beings. It grates. It upsets. Lot with autism human beings who include abilities that might be seen as superior rather than yours ordinary man, love the capacity to attention on part such as machine coding or manufacture channel, do not know why they are later mined to be missing. Fritz Anderson, a audience to Robin and Jamie's podcasting, wrote in to tell, one day you own autistic, which had been a star constellation of nature defects condenses in thing, dimly, comprehensible. You can explanation its love a color blindness how can't see verdant, but can see UV. NTS, jargon for neurotypicals, and I include our ways of manufacturing feeling of the planet, not all of them in overall. It's not how I include a deficiency, it's how our acuities don't completely overlapping. The concept plant through the simple and includes humor. In the 1 year, 2018, with autism comedians include enjoyed significant spotlight. Robert White's came other in Britain's Got Ability. And Hannah Gadsby, whose Netflix-specific Nanette focuses on sort and sexiness, was a big strike. In an interviewing in Designer Ammunition Depot, Hannah Gadsby negotiations on creature with autism and how she recognizes patterns in lifetime. I as well aware how I know things a lot more profound rather than a lot of human beings, she says, though she's not speaking on computers there, she's speaking on ego, love such she has filled in the written of her very private Shaw. As in humor, Professor Asperger laid downward the original concept how human beings on the range absence sympathy and public insight. Although Hannah says she now avoids public situations for her own welfare, obviously her analyze of ego and tension has hit a chord in lot TV audience. Looking at the humor of other on the range, such as Stay Up Don Biswas, painter Tim Abrupt or the absurd Aspergers are us company for copy, it's not probable to pin downward a solitary with autism feeling of humor, says Sean May. I believe with autism human beings use humor in various ways, he says, perhaps rather compared to neurotypicals. Kate Fox has had her own sitcom program, The Cost of Joy, on Wireless 4. She says, while specific psychologists say things love, with autism human beings are not fun or don't include a feeling of humor, separately of the reality how it displays how they refuge consumable any period in the business of with autism human beings, who individually appear to me to be the funniest human beings about, there as well disregarding the reality how the really state of creature with autism in a non-autistic planet is fun. It's complete of humor. It's complete of discrepancy and how's shiny. The ways in that mind processes vary can in themselves be fun. Jamie acting on the in the podcasting, and while making presentations on autistic. he negotiations on an occurrence that happened while he was creature learned how to dwell alone. Lot year ago I was residing sometime and I'd been on trains a lot, and you get on a boat train, but very you get in a boat train. In any case, I'd been manufacturing these pizzas in the microwaves and I'd say to the caregiver, these pizzas, they're murderous terrible. They're so crispy they do my gearing wound, I can't complete a entire A. Later eventually someone stopped to look which I was making and I'd embarrassed in and on. So I was next the instructions to the email, I was walk up to the microwaves, discovery the doorway, setting the pizza on top of the microwaves, close the doorway and lathe on the microwaves, 'cause I'd blended up in and on of these trains. Move-by-step kitchen instructions are a nice sample of wherever data can be leftward out since the author assumes a extent of main expertise or connecting of ideas. Cavalier says they are never full and how he is necessary to completely know each conception up he can achieve the desirable end outcome. But he as well knows it's a comical sample of which can go on one side if thou re with autism. Allows get how old just on the chick, of that, seemingly, down there are 23 trillion on the earth at any one period. Jamie asks Robin, reason did the chick crucifix the way? He rapidly provides the reply, to get to the some party. How's a nonsense jest, says Robin. I've got a superior chick crossed the road jest, why did the chick crucifix the way? To get off of KFC. Following pause to believe, Jamie says, this anxiety while you say chickens is how I fare see a really little velociraptor. And one day you recall how chickens are little dinosaurs you fare see them in a fully various lighting. Yet view, says Robin, if down there was a chick how knew which KFC was, they would in fact crucifix the way to get off of it. If down there was a humane consuming store, we would crucifix the way to remain off of it since we wouldn't wish to go close it, particularly if we were little and the store was enormous. If Professor Asperger were about currently, he could be update his document to involve stay up, absurd and, thanks to Robin, black humor too much.